Shit.
For real. Watch out. Let it go.
What happens when loyalty breaks down and turns into betrayal and two generations of boxing collide? Floyd Mayweather Jr., the undefeated legend who changed the sport forever, is now dealing with one of the most intense situations of his life, not from an opponent inside the ring, but from someone he once trusted like family. Gervonta Davis, the rising star Mayweather once guided toward success, has now stepped out of his shadow and into a rivalry that's impossible to ignore. And this time, it's not just business, it's deeply personal.
Part of the chaos? Calvin Ford, Tank's former coach and the man who shaped his career, now teaming up with Floyd under Mayweather Promotions. A public confrontation
At the Tartas. Center of all the drama is Calvin Ford, Gervonta Davis's former coach and the man who helped build his career, who is now working alongside Floyd Mayweather Jr. under Mayweather Promotions, turning a private split into a very public storm. What started as a heated exchange between Floyd and Tank quickly exploded into a full-on fight that shocked the boxing world, making it clear the situation goes far beyond ego, as it has become a serious struggle over power, legacy, and control. Filled with tension, conflict, and unexpected twists. And while some see it as a smart business move, others view it as pure betrayal, especially since Calvin Ford had been by Tank's side through every high and low, making his decision to switch. Sides feel like a deep personal hit for Tank.
With me since I was 7. I used to sleep in Coach Calvin's house. I used to sleep at his job when he was working at a seafood restaurant in Baltimore.
When I had to train Tank, when I didn't want him to get in trouble and I wanted to make sure we was together, I used to take him to work with me. And he'd chill. Everybody know him. Everybody know him at work.
Remember Calvin used to fuss at the guys that was coming up with me, and they was in the streets a lot. He was telling them, like, you can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You gotta be, like, all the way in it. Like, focus on the goal, you know, and them guys, they went left. And unfortunately, they got killed.
You weigh the odds out like, dang, do you want him to go to jail or you want him to live? That's the whole idea, to come to the boxing gym.
If I ain't had the people I had around me, like the people that started with me and things like that, I probably would have been off the scene for.
Why does this matter so much? Because Calvin Ford isn't just any coach. He's the man who helped shape Gervonta Davis into the explosive knockout fighter fans know today, guiding him from tough gyms in Baltimore all the way to packed arenas where he became a star. And for years, they were seen as a strong, loyal team that couldn't be broken. But now, Ford's decision to stand with Floyd Mayweather Jr. has changed everything, creating tension and reactions across the boxing world that no one saw coming.
You want to see you as a guy that's in his trainer, that's like a father figure to him. You're training him all the time. You know him. Both y'all from the streets of Baltimore the whole bit. Who do you want to see Tank fight next?
I want him to get all of them that ran.
Ford, Gervonta Davis has never held back when talking about his difficult relationship with Floyd Mayweather Jr., often saying Floyd tried to control his career and didn't fully respect how far he had come. So when Calvin Ford joined Floyd's side, it felt like the deepest betrayal yet. And this time, Tank made it clear he wasn't going to stay silent about it.
You know, Calvin, he been with me since I was 7. I used to sleep in Coach Calvin's house. I used to sleep at his job when he was working at a seafood restaurant in Baltimore.
When I had to train Tank, when I didn't want him to get in trouble and I wanted to make sure we was together, I used to take him to work with me. And he'd chill. Everybody know him. Everybody know him at work.
Remember Calvin used to fuss at the guys that was coming up with me, and they was in the streets a lot. He was telling them, like, you can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You gotta be, like, all the way in it. Like, focus on the goal. You know, and them guys, they went left, and unfortunately, they got killed.
You weigh the odds out like, dang, do you want him to go to jail or you want him to live? That's the whole idea, to come to the boxing gym.
If I ain't had the people I had around me, like the people that started with me and things like that, I probably would have been off the scene for
5. The clash between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Gervonta Davis reportedly began at a charity event in Las Vegas that was meant to be calm, but quickly turned chaotic when Tank confronted Floyd in front of cameras over signing Calvin Ford, accusing him of taking away the one person who truly supported him and claiming Floyd couldn't handle seeing him succeed on his own, while Floyd fired back without hesitation, reminding Tank that he built his career and gave him the spotlight, even questioning whether Calvin could really help him now, as the heated exchange grew louder and more intense with both men talking over each other, drawing a tense crowd, with Tank blaming Floyd for holding him back out of jealousy, and Floyd responding by calling Tank ungrateful for everything he had done for him, continuing a long pattern of public criticism between the What started as words quickly turned physical as Gervonta Davis shoved Floyd Mayweather Jr., setting off a chaotic fight where both teams rushed in trying to break it up, but the situation only got worse with punches being thrown, and in clips from the scene, Tank can be seen swinging at a member of Floyd's crew while Floyd himself had to be restrained by security as the chaos unfolded.
My thing is, I've always been there for him from day one. We had a game plan, and my game plan was to help him become world champion and take things to that next level. And I've always been there for him. And just over the years, you can see I've always been positive, always said great things about him, always pushed him to be great. And, but over the years, it's constantly going on the internet, take a shot at Floyd, take a shot at Floyd, take a shot at Floyd, constantly be disrespectful, when all I ever been was respectful to try to help this fighter go as far as he could possibly go. That's all.
Calvin Ford, who was at the event, tried to calm things down, but instead became a direct target of Gervonta Davis's anger as Tank shouted at his former coach and called him a sellout, showing just how personal the situation had become, and the fight continued for several tense minutes before security finally stepped in to separate everyone. And while no one suffered serious injuries, the real damage was already done, affecting reputations and making the broken relationship between Tank, Floyd Mayweather Jr., and Calvin even worse.
Bitch, I'm gonna fucking kill motherfucker. I'm gonna motherfucker. Bitch, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. When I catch you, motherfucker, I kill you, motherfucker. You crazy? I know the fuck they playing with. I don't play no motherfucking haste. I'll fuck you up, motherfucker. Fuck you up.
After the incident, Gervonta Davis went live on Instagram to speak directly to his fans, and he didn't hold back as he criticized Floyd Mayweather Jr., saying Floyd has always been about control and can't accept him doing his own thing, while also admitting that the drama is distracting him from his upcoming fight with Lamont Roach, because instead of preparing properly, he is stuck dealing with the fallout, but he insisted that no one can break him and he is built for pressure. And overall, this feud is bigger than personal issues because it represents a clash of two mindsets, Floyd standing for the old school approach of strict control and business discipline, while Tank represents a newer generation of fighters who want freedom, independence, and to be true to themselves.
Waiting to sit down and talk to him one-on-one, saying what his mental at. Whatever he want to do, I just prepare him for it mentally, you know what I'm saying?
But as things start to settle, a big question remains. What does all of this mean for Gervonta Davis's career? With Calvin Ford now working alongside Floyd Mayweather Jr., Tank is facing a tougher situation than ever because on top of preparing for his next opponent, Lamont Roach, he is also dealing with pressure from people questioning whether he can still succeed without his old team, and this fight itself is no easy task since Roach is a serious challenge, while Tank's reputation as a knockout artist remains strong with an undefeated record and a long list of stoppages, including his famous body shot finish against Ryan Garcia that shocked fans, proving once again that every time Tank enters the ring, he doesn't just win, he makes a powerful statement.
He was like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause it's I feel like y'all got, I wouldn't say love hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of this
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing
this
it.
Exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Tank, no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
You'll see. It's gonna come out.
And that's exactly what makes this fight so exciting. Gervonta Davis enters as the clear favorite, but this isn't just about getting another win for him. It's about proving he's still the best in the division and that no one can really challenge him, which also means the pressure is fully on his shoulders to deliver and live up to the expectations every time he steps into the ring.
Tank Davis, bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. You know, back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer, George was a puncher, Ernest Shaver was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in. Yeah,
he fights to the level of competition. He was doing that a lot.
And he gotta be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you gotta be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you gotta be careful of. Other than that, Tank is a really good.
Now, Lamont Roach may not have the same one-punch knockout power as Gervonta Davis, but he brings strong technical skills, smart counterpunching, and excellent footwork, and he knows how to make aggressive fighters uncomfortable, which is why he has been carefully studying Tank's style, and even during the face-off, he made it clear that he is not coming just to be another highlight for Davis, but to seriously test him in the ring. Now, with Calvin Ford no longer in the picture, all eyes are on how Gervonta Davis will adapt under a new coach, Derek James, a respected trainer who understands the game at a high level and already has experience working with fighters like Frank Martin, one of Tank's recent opponents, which makes this situation even more interesting because James has already studied Tank's fighting style closely and knows exactly how he operates. But instead of trying to prepare someone to beat him, he is now the one helping guide him for his next fight, adding a new layer of strategy and curiosity around how Tank will perform moving forward.
Chilling, but nothing is feeling like anyone has any fucking ability to even stick to a subject is killing me. The inability to pin humility, back home. On the freaking minute, got me thinking of finishing everything with a seed a minute and reaping the benefits. I'm asleep at the Quillican as I'm thinking about an evil intent of another beat, I'm killing it. Cause even if I got it in a meeting, I feel it can even get him.
Seen from Calvin Ford to Derek James, it's now just a matter of time to see whether this change proves to be an upgrade or a setback for Gervonta Davis. While for Calvin Ford, the move to Mayweather Promotions has become a double-edged decision, giving him the chance to work with one of boxing's biggest names, but also costing him his long-standing relationship with Tank. And it's a dramatic shift considering how far things have come from Ford, once standing firmly by Tank's side and even openly challenging Floyd Mayweather Jr. to now being aligned with him in the same camp.
Y'all gotta watch these guys,
right,
man.
He's a good fighter, yeah.
He was a Golden Gloves champ from Indianapolis, right?
That's right. National Golden Glove champ, yeah.
Yeah, man, and he's got some skills, dog. Like I was like, that's a good one to add to the squad. If you're gonna add one.
How old is he?
I think he's like 26.
Okay.
So he's still young.
Yes, young.
Yeah.
Still, and listen, this thing about it, he's still getting better. He's still, because this is our third fight together. So you got to understand that, like, once he gets everything I'm telling him, the growth process, he's gonna be amazing. And listen, he may be fighting for a world championship pretty soon. So
I was gonna say I wouldn't mind watching him and Gervonta Davis.
Yeah, the same weight.
Yeah, like
they've sparred before the same weight. Yeah, same weight.
Oh, they have sparred before?
They sparred before. Yeah.
How'd that go?
I don't know. I went.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
What you think about Gervonta Davis?
I like him. I like him as an individual, man. I like him. I mean, I know him, and I like him. I think it'll be a good fight. I think that Frank matches up pretty well.
Yeah.
But most of the guys that Gervonta, I think, will be probably the toughest.
So why would Calvin Ford, who has always been by Gervonta Davis's side, suddenly make this move? Ford hasn't said much publicly about it, but people close to the situation suggest he views it as a major career opportunity, even if it comes with personal cost, since working with Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Mayweather Promotions could open new doors for him in boxing at a higher level.
The thing I want to touch on is the Floyd situation. You know, Floyd is Floyd. That's like I say, Tank is Tank, man. But at the end of the day, you know, the man is chasing greatness. And you should be supporting that. And I always tell you that. You should be supporting that, you know. It's a rocky road that we're seeing what's going on. Just pay attention, man. The story is going to reveal itself, you know. But again, that's how you burn bridges. Somebody said, let's say the true colors of a person is coming out, man. They can't stand it, you know. Calm is I don't like using that word calm, you know, but our Lord knows. He knows. He knows.
Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s empire is massive, and being part of Mayweather Promotions gives Calvin Ford access to a wider pool of fighters, greater visibility, and opportunities to be involved in much bigger events and matchups than he may have had before, even if it comes with major personal and professional trade-offs.
Roger never got Trainer of the Year when Floyd was Fighter of the Year. Yeah. His dad never got Trainer of the Year. So, you know, I've been openly expressing that. And I think it's time that Calvin gets his just due.
But this isn't just about moving up in his career. As rumors suggest, Calvin Ford may also be feeling a certain way about Gervonta Davis, especially after all the recent chaos surrounding him, including legal issues, courtroom appearances, and ongoing attention on Tank's personal life, which has kept him in the headlines for reasons outside the ring.
So his lifestyle, he may be friends with the guy that fights that fights in the main event, but he can't live the same lifestyle that the main event fighter lives.
Signing with Mayweather Promotions could also be Calvin Ford's way of securing more stability in his professional path by aligning himself with an established team, especially compared to the uncertainty and turbulence that has sometimes surrounded Gervonta Davis's career outside the ring.
For battery, domestic violence. Put your hands behind your back. You got handcuffs? Hey, the little one inside.
You don't gotta ask me about her.
Well, we need to make sure she's with somebody.
She's okay. She's with somebody.
Okay, listen, I get you that you're upset, but we can't just...
So how is Gervonta Davis reacting to all of this? Not well at all, according to sources close to him, as he reportedly feels completely betrayed, seeing Calvin Ford's move as him officially choosing sides with Floyd Mayweather Jr. And there were already rumors that Tank was upset over talk, that Ford had been sharing training insights behind the scenes, so this new signing has only made things worse and added more tension to an already emotional situation.
He didn't have a chance to focus 100% on boxing. You know, one day you're worried about the position that your family is in. You worry about your living conditions.
As the feud between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Gervonta Davis continues to grow, it's clear the boxing world has rarely seen drama at this level, turning what once looked like a strong professional bond into a serious conflict, where careers and legacies feel at risk, and many are now asking what really caused the breakdown between them since they were once very close. According to rumors and claims circulating in the boxing community, there are allegations that Floyd Mayweather was involved in actions against Tank outside the ring, including claims that he arranged for people to confront him during training, runs, as well as suggestions that he shared inside knowledge about Tank with former opponent Frank Martin, which reportedly added to Tank's anger and sense of betrayal. And while these claims remain part of ongoing talk and controversy rather than confirmed facts, they have clearly fueled the tension and made the situation between them even more personal and heated.
Calvin Ford, what does he mean to you when you hear that name? What does he mean when you first hear that?
A father. Father. And then
But the real twist came when Gervonta Davis reportedly dropped a major bombshell, taking the situation in a new direction and raising even more questions about what really caused the fallout, especially since everyone knows Floyd Mayweather Jr. is extremely protective of his family and reputation, and much of the attention has also shifted toward his daughter Yaya Mayweather, who has often been in the spotlight for her personal life and past relationship drama with NBA YoungBoy. And now with even more rumors and tension building around the situation, it's clear that this story is getting more complicated and controversial by the day.
he the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. I seen his people's drive by while I was running. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not gonna hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to beef with him than be cool with him, because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll picture him bad situation.
Enter Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s former star protege who has been dominating inside the ring. But lately, his name has been circulating for reasons beyond boxing, with rumors suggesting he may have had a private relationship with Yaya Mayweather, a claim that added even more fuel to the ongoing drama. And according to the chatter, the story was brought into the spotlight by Ryan Garcia, turning an already heated situation into an even bigger controversy.
Last night was fun though. Yeah, fun. We were having a simple conversation that happened to be on live, and I said what I said.
I already knew about all that. Once Gervonta fucked Floyd Mayweather's daughter, and that's not even a secret. That's not something I'm exposing.
So that's everything for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss any upcoming content. And don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.